Excellent. Early morning, she wakes up. That's how I'm going to start every single show. Welcome to the show. Welcome. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. Loser
this
Leaves
is the
Wrestling,
weekly
right?
wrestle.
This is the weekly wrestle. Welcome to the weekly wrestle. Have you popped up yet, or does it take some time? It's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah, it's a delay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Excellent job. Oh yeah, now I see myself saying excellent. So I just want to make sure. Welcome to the show. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. This is the weekly wrestle.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. This is so the episode 1 of the weekly wrestle. My name is Red. I'm here with Roy. How are we doing, Roy?
I'm good. How are you? I'm excited. This is exciting. What a day. Happy Full Gear Day.
Happy Full Gear Day. Happy Full Gear to all of you. Sign up in the comments. Let us know you're here. And also a happy Full Gear to Tam. Everyone give a happy Full Gear to Tam. Thank you so much, Tam. Everyone be thankful in the chat. Thankful in the chat that we have a working stream. That's something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. Is a working stream. Stream. Chica Marks is thankful. She says, I just finished watching Rampage. We're going to talk about Rampage.
We're going to talk about it.
But not right now. I messed up. And so we're going to talk about that after the news.
You mess up. There's no such thing.
I did a little bit mess up, but thank you all so much. Let us know how you're doing in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. John Busman says, woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. I should also note that at some point early on in the show, there's a potential that these two dogs that are in my apartment might start barking. Just letting everybody know.
That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun.
Pal.
We're live, pal. Let's. I think we should get right into it, right? We should start talking about.
Let's talk about the news.
This segment of the Weekly Wrestle is called The News You Can't Lose. This show used to be called The News You Can't Lose. Yeah. But we made it into a segment. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is very interactive.
We're going to get a graphic for that. I'm actually going to write that down so I don't forget it. A News You Can't Lose graphic.
We're doing such great work. Okay, this is the news from November 7th to November 13th. And just letting you know, Chica Mark says, you're doing great work. And when she says that, she means Tam's doing great work. Everyone give it up for Tam again. One more time. Okay, now we have to get this. November 13th. Top of the list of things. And you could hit that first picture, Tam. Fallout from WWE Releases. I thought it would be interesting just to talk about a little bit of what's happening with the Fallout. No warning, by the way, for those who are unvaccinated. So the ones that were unvaccinated, apparently they did not know that their job was on the line. And that was something that was said. At least nobody's specifically said that, but that's the rumor that they weren't warned. And of course, WWE. Oh, that's great. And by the way, look at these graphics, right? Look at these.
I can't see it. I believe it though.
No, but it looks great. It looks great. Everyone's gonna be really pleased and impressed. They said they were cut. The unvaccinated were cut for budgetary reasons, but that makes sense because their logic is, if you can't go overseas, you can't travel on overseas international chores, you are now less valuable. And so if you're less valuable and we're paying you X amount and you no longer could provide what we estimated you would be bringing in, then they're unvaluable. Now, what do you think about that, Royster?
Yeah, I mean, it's not untrue. I'm not saying it's untrue, but like, it's still a shrewd business decision to be made. Like, I don't think every member of the AEW roster has been vaccinated, but that doesn't mean that you can just go ahead and fire anybody without giving them warning or notice.
We're going to talk about that in a bit, but yes, not every there is no mandate in AEW for vaccinated. Right. There is no mandate right now. But next picture, Tam, just some people that have been affected. Scarlett already accepting bookings, and she's on a magazine cover. She never specified which magazine cover. She didn't specify.
She also got offered something like a fitness gear line or something, like clothing line. She's in talks for that.
I have a feeling that a bunch of people get offered a bunch of things by random people, and if you tweet it, then it's real, you know?
Well, Scarlett is very talented, and I think she deserves that stuff. And she's apparently very cool. Like, she's a very nice person. So
honestly, I haven't seen a single thing Scarlett's ever done.
I saw some of her TNA work. It's good. She teamed with Falaba. Her and Falaba were a team in TNA briefly.
Oh my God, I missed out on the follow, but we're going to talk about Impact too in a little bit.
I love
but Chica Marks writes, wouldn't care if life on the line, but would care if job on the line. Yeah, that's a good point. They don't care if the life's on the line, but they care if it's just very interesting. I personally, this is the one time where I agree with WWE about these mandates, but I wish they were more open about it. They're saying budget reasons because they don't want to be political because they're too far on the right.
I don't know. I think you need to give someone warning. That's my only thing. I am fully vaccinated, and I think everyone should be. But you gotta give them a warning. Give them a warning.
Everyone should get a warning. Next picture, Tam. We got Keith Lee. Keith Lee has been kicked out, and he also says he paid his own medical expenses. But did you hear what the WWE had to say about that?
I saw a snippet of their response.
They're just like, those allegations are erroneous. Those are erroneous allegations. The reason being, and I actually believe them on this. I 100% believe them on this. They will pay. They do pay. You just have to report what you paid. It's kind of like, it's annoying. It's annoying, but they're not going to go reach out to your personal doctors that you're going to and being like, oh, what's their bill? You just give them the bill or you invoice it to them. That's how it works.
So you think Keith Lee just didn't do that?
I think Keith Lee didn't want to make a fuss. I think he's a good guy that didn't want to make a big deal. I mean, he's just like, I got a job here for a while. I'm just going to cover this because it's my heart. I could see how someone's just like, oh, I'm going to be working here. I'll just take care of this and not try to make a fuss of it because, this was an injury on the job. This is my heart. Like my hereditary genetic issue, What do you thought?
Yeah,
you hate this?
Yeah, sure. I'm making faces. Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of faces.
I just choose to believe Keith Lee. I don't think they paid for it. I will trust.
Keith Lee I do believe Keith Lee. Keith Lee's not lying. It's just that he didn't ask for it to be paid.
No, I think maybe he didn't know what the reporting process was, but
I believe that too.
I think he did get this heart issue developed because he was exposed to COVID, because he got COVID while working in the WWE. And if you remember the first 5 to 6 months of the pandemic, they had zero protocols. No one was wearing masks. It was a shit show in the WWE, and this is what happened. So I think, I blame them. I'm always going to blame them, but I'm never going to blame Keith Lee. Good man.
Well, I'm not blaming Keith Lee. No, I'm just saying, I think this is one of those times where they're both not wrong and they're both not right. But we'll move on from there. Next picture, Tam. We got Tony Khan is interested in these people. Well, he said something along the lines of, but by the way, Tony Khan's doing a lot of press recently.
Well,
maybe this is a time for you to talk about it, but I'm just seeing him with a lot of interviews talking about who he would and wouldn't take. He's responding back about Max Caster, stuff like that.
What did he say about Max Caster?
Max Caster made fun of him and called him Book of the Year or something like that. What did you have to say about Tony Khan? What happened this week?
He made a big old boo-boo. They do I forgot what the name of it is, but it's basically like a junket. No, I don't know. It's some type of press conference-y kind of thing where it's like a big conference call. I think it's just called a conference call where all the wrestling journalists get on a call and I don't know her work. I'm not very familiar with her work, but I believe her name is Jessie. She does a podcast about women's wrestling and also does some writing about women's wrestling, I believe. She asked about essentially, is AEW going to do an all-women's show in response to NWA's all-women's show that they did, which I hear was pretty good. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Which I heard was pretty good. I haven't seen the show in full. I've seen some matches, but I haven't seen the full show.
Which place is this again?
NWA did Empower. rather than power.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And he didn't even let her finish her question. He just cut her off and was like, I don't think I'm getting enough credit for what I've done in the AEW women's division. And I actually gave a lot of money to the NWA to like help pay for the talent on the show and all of these other things. And everyone, he got very defensive and he got very weird. And there was like a bit of an outrage about it, which there absolutely should have been, because he should have just answered the question and like just allowed any journalist to finish their question rather than just cut them off, which is not something he does. Even though he is very talky, he's generally respectful of someone's question. So
he must be watching our show and hearing what I've been saying about the women's division, how he doesn't care about them.
Yeah. Now I've been thinking more and more about it, and like I just don't know. I can't justify any of his decisions anymore in the women's division. I just can't do it.
I don't think we have to anymore. I think honestly, he just has to do it.
Well, I think the thing is now, like originally people were mad because they didn't feel like it was like a very talented women's division. But now over the last year and a half, 2 years, he's built like a really talented women's division, but he's just not using them. He needs to start using them.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. And is that like, and we'll get into Full Gear. Like there's only one women's match on the main card. There's a women's match on the pre-show. There isn't enough. Ruby Soho is this big signing. And he kept talking about in they have the AEW Unrestricted podcast that they do every week. And the week of the big show, he's always on it to talk about the show. And he kept talking about over and over again, this new big AEW roster with all this new talent. We're really unveiling this big roster. Well, one of your big signings was Ruby Soho, and she's not on the card. So what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. How many women's matches are there on the card? 1?
2, technically. There's one in the pre-show.
Pre-show doesn't count. Pre-show.
There's just one. There's just one. The pre-show does count, though.
I don't think it counts in the main. No, it's not. It's like
to me the pre-show counts because in AEW it counts because the pre-show is only a half an hour before the main show. So everybody's pretty much there. Like when WWE, they have their pre-shows that are like 2 hours. So there's people wrestling in front of a quarter of the building.
Let us know what you think. Do you think the pre-show counts as a part of the main card?
Yes.
Because literally that's Lance Storm was kicked off the WrestleMania card on the pre-show. And like that's you could say that's the same thing. He was on the pre-show, but he wasn't on WrestleMania.
Have you heard him talk about that?
Yeah, he was upset.
Well, he's also like the pre-show isn't real. He doesn't think the pre-show is real.
Yeah, the pre-show is just a myth. Tony's in here. He says, "Boom, Tony." All right, you get that boom. Moving on. Could you hit the next slide there, Tam? We got NXT 2.0 is officially dropping the TakeOver name. So TakeOver is gone, and that's one of the last vestiges of like they changed things quick, right?
Yeah, they did. They sure did. You know what I don't understand? They dropped TakeOver, but they're gonna do War Games. The last thing I want to see is a War Games match with all of these people. None of them know anything yet. They're not going to be allowed to do any like big spots.
Yeah, War Games.
It's going to be trash. Yuck.
RIP NXT. Tony writes, yes, pre-show counts in AEW because everyone is watching on their PC. No, that's Tony. We can't, honestly. No offense, Tony. Don't get a Tony chant started. We can't get that started in the chat. That'd be so disruptive. Chica Marks says, pre-show ain't the same. Thank you, Chica Marks. Team Red. Hit the next slide there, Tam. Thank you. Up, down creators on strike until Xavier Woods gets more money, equity in that product. Yeah. So, he started Up, Down, the YouTube channel in 2015. Yeah. It's got 2.27 million subscribers, 2.27 million, a little bit more than us. And he apparently not seeing much from Nat or the G4 show that he hosts. Do you know anything about this? Have you heard about this?
I like read a little bit about it, and I'm team Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
I think we can relate to investing a lot of time in a product that is your own, but never seeing any money from it. So, I mean, yeah, I like also that, the other people are supportive of it and they're also striking on his behalf. Because it sounds like it's on his behalf. He hasn't said anything about this. It seems like it's everybody else who's talking for him, which is great.
It's true. That's true. And so, but the another thing, he's not having a great week either, Rooster. Hit the next slide there. He had a match against Roman Reigns on Friday night SmackDown, and he took his crown. He took his crown, and now he's King Roman Reigns. He's the king of SmackDown. And I am just so upset because, like, I'm fine with this as a feud. I'm fine with this as an angle. Have it be a few. Let him have the king thing. He's been so excited about being King Xavier Woods. He said in an interview 3-4 years ago, he's just like, I want to be the king of the ring. I want to be the king of the ring. And now he got it. And like literally less than a month, he's already lost his kingship.
Yeah, it's just terrible. I mean, no one in the WWE, no like good guy in the WWE or good person or whatever, babyface, can ever have a good time. They can never have anything good for too long. Someone needs to fucking ruin it. And the problem is too, like, put him in a feud with any other bad guy on your roster, any other heel other than Roman Reigns, because no one's ever going to beat Roman Reigns. Say goodbye to that crown. Say goodbye to your gimmick that you had. Like, you had something to do on this show. You're going to have something to do on this show for like another few weeks. And then you're going to eventually lose to Roman Reigns. He's probably going to like poop in your crown or something, and that'll be that. And then you're just going to go back to doing nothing. It's over.
Poop in your crown. No, but I honestly wouldn't mind this as a feud at all. Just a month or two from now. Let him have some time with the crown.
Yeah,
and then have a feud where he takes the crown, and then Xavier Woods is just like, well, what? That means more to me than you or the like then he goes after it because he loves the crown. We got some comments here. Tony says, don't blame him. It's a big channel. Some good money should be made. We're not blaming him.
No, absolutely not.
We love Tony. We're not Tony. We don't love Tony. We love you, Tony. I'm just joking. We love Xavier Woods. And they said, I watched GCW instead of SmackDown. Haha.
How was it? How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, let us know how it was, Tony. Give us.
Alex Shelley wrestled on that show. How was Alex Shelley?
He's still there, huh? Moving on. We gotta hit some.
You got beef with Alex Shelley? Anyway, keep going.
I just never got him. Moving on, because we talked about a lot of WWE stuff right now. So let's move on, because let's lighten up the mood and talk about people's health conditions. Okay, so JR Jim Ross, his skin cancer may stop him from commentary, and so we wish Jim Ross all the best. We do wish. Don't do that.
No. I do. I'm actually, that's a disappointed side, because I've actually been enjoying his work the last few weeks.
I just want. Oh, you have.
I have been. Yeah.
Okay.
There's something. He's being less complaining, and when he is complaining, he's like snarky in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like his beef with wrestlers wearing sneakers was like very fun to me.
I guess so.
He's been less like punny. He's been less like, let me plug my podcast. Like, he's like more focused on the product. He's a little more understanding of the product. He's laying out a bit more. And like what he's been saying has been more impactful because of it. That's a bummer. That's sad. No, that's like, I'm sad about that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. And the picture on the screen, Jim Duggan, he just had prostate surgery.
Yeah, I watched
prostate
his video.
surgery. And he's doing well. He's doing better, which is very nice.
Yeah,
very nice to hear. Are we happy about that? Sound off for Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
And he Tony writes decent in reference to the GCW show.
Sure.
Good light tube spots. He. I'm sure they were great. And the next picture, Tam, Judy Bagwell.
Oh, R.I.P.
Judy Bagwell has passed away at the ripe age of 78. Former WCW tag team champion. With Rick Steiner. That's the picture that I put up of her and Rick Steiner with the tag belts. By the way, all the pictures are coming from Wrestling Inc., where they got the pictures from respected sources, cited sources. I did not. You're a big WCW fan. What kind of memories do you have of old Judy Bagwell?
You're going to ask me this. I remember her winning the tag team titles with Rick Steiner in 1998. I thought it was fun. I was 8 years old. But I don't know. She's fine. The thing about it is, if you ever get the chance, if you ever get to find it, reach out to me. I'll send it to you. Buff Bagwell's appearance on Colt Cabana's podcast is really good. And he kind of talks about his mother and like the relationship that he has with his family growing up. And his mom's like she's a tough cookie. She was tough. She went through some stuff there. As a family, they went through some stuff. So, you got to love a mom who loves her son that much, even really though adorable. the whole rumor and innuendo is that Buff wasn't feeling well. So Judy Bagwell called Jim Ross to tell Jim Ross that he wasn't going to make it into work today.
JR swears by it.
Yeah.
JR swears by it. Buff's just like, no, she didn't do that. Just loves her son. She just loves her son.
Yeah.
Chica Marks. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say we're going to bring up Judy Bagwell again later in this show.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to. Wait, what?
She'll be referenced later on. You'll know why when we bring it up.
Chica Marks writes, JR at least hasn't referenced WWE in a while. That's true. That's good. That's true. And she says the picture of Rick Steiner and Judy is adorable.
Yeah.
Then Tony says, weird WCW days. Yep. Pretty weird. She was suspended above the ring in a forklift.
That's what I was going to bring up later in the show.
We will talk about that. Okay. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Next picture, Tam. Now we're talking about Impact. Their viewership has been plummeting. And it's actually what you're going to act like it's, what is that face? Do you wish them ill?
No, I wish them ill, but them as a company, like the company that owns them also owns the TV station. So they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but they dropped literally in half.
Just wait till Bray Wyatt shows up.
Honestly, that's going to hopefully, but they dropped in half.
Yeah,
they were at 170,000 at the beginning of the year. Now they're at 80, just about 80.
What was happening earlier in the year that's not happening anymore? There's no Kenny Omega. There's no AEW crossover.
That's true. That's true. John Busman writes, boo. I'm not sure what you're booing, but I agree.
Yeah.
I put a picture of Suzuki and whoever he fought.
Josh Alexander, I'm sure.
No,
I can't see the picture.
Someone with a dumb name.
What do they look like?
Dumb and they get a neck brace of some sort. They're wearing like a black neck brace. A black neck brace. I don't know. Is that some sort of? I'm not sure what that is. Is that like a cummerbund around their neck? I don't know.
I gotta go.
It's a gator. It's a gator.
It's a gator.
You know gators.
Gator? Maybe. Let me see. Let me check. Hold on a second.
No, we can't. We can't.
Keep talking.
Minoru Suzuki versus. If you know who that is, sound off. I think Busman.
You know who Minoru Suzuki is? You just saw him wrestle.
I just said it was. I'd say the other guy.
We can't
keep staying on this thing.
Oh, I know who that is. I'm here. I'm looking now. That's
Caleb. Tony says Caleb.
Caleb. He's dating.
Tony, thank you so much. We stopped the show.
Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander's boyfriend, fiance, husband.
That's sweet. That's very sweet. Well, we wish them the best.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited. I'm really excited about Impact. I don't watch it right now, but come the new year, I'm going to watch it more. They're bringing in Speedball Mike Bailey. They're bringing in Jonah Rock. They're probably going to bring in Braun Strowman, who I don't really care that much about, but it'll be fun. They're hopefully going to bring in Bray Wyatt. There's all these other free agents now, all these guys from Ring of Honor. They need to build out their roster now, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good product soon, I hope.
And just to quickly say, I watched Impact. This Impact that had the lowest viewership, and it's rough. It's just the storyline. It feels like there's no thought creatively. Yeah. It just feels like there's no thought creatively. It doesn't feel like a whole show. But we got to move on from here. And we got one more story for the day. And I wish I didn't put up his picture. You could hit that next one there, Tam. It's Ric Flair and Mark Madden are starting a podcast.
Yeah.
They're starting a podcast called Uncensored. And Mark Manner's looking to piss off some marks. That's what he says. He wants to piss off some marks. And honestly, if you ever listen to Woo Nation, it's not going to be very good. It was a bad show because Rick.
What's that picture? What's that? I'm looking at a picture of Jungle
Boy. That's the wrong picture. Could maybe go back one. I may have accidentally did that. Sorry, Tam. Bless you, Tam. Sorry about that. We're gonna get to that guy in a second. It's just
it's gonna be fine. Mark Madden's a good person to do this with because no one cares about Mark Madden. And Ric Flair is kind of like fringe canceled. So whatever, who cares? Let him do whatever he wants to do.
Is Mark Madden canceled?
No, he's not canceled, but no one cares about Mark Madden. Like no one cares. Like he can't do it with Conrad because he did it with Conrad. This was Conrad's first podcast. Was that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Never saw it. I don't want to hear what Ric Flair's actual thoughts are on anything. I don't want to know. I don't care.
Want a summary of what it is? It's saying inflammatory stuff against people he's friends with.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll just start saying like mean shit, mean, cruel shit. And then when he's confronted with it, he's just like, he just kind of backtracks. And also the thing is, he really has no real thoughts besides himself. So it's all stories about him. Hey, why don't God bless them. They're going to do their thing. But that is the end of the news. That is the end of the news, but not the end of the show, because we're going to talk.
I have maybe one more piece of news.
Oh yeah, give me some news. Give me some news.
I found out today, and this is sad news, but I expect something. I expect it to be referenced on Full Gear tonight. Today is the 16th anniversary of Eddie Guerrero's death. He died 16 years ago today.
16 years ago.
2005. Yeah. And you know where he died? In Minneapolis, which is where AEW is tonight.
Wow. That's
so
crazy.
I expect some dedications. I expect Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, sure.
Chris Jericho, Santana Ortiz. Like I expect some Eddie Guerrero thoughts.
Do you remember where you were?
Yeah, I actually do. I was sitting in my our family had like a little TV room. And this girl who I went to high school with, who loved Impact, actually, TNA at the time, her AIM profile was like, I love Jeff Hardy and TNA wrestling. And I couldn't believe it. She sent me a message and she was like, can you believe that Eddie Guerrero died? And I was like, what? And that's how I found out. I think her name was Christy. I don't remember. Where were you? Do you remember?
I was at school, and I remember my brother texting me. Just Eddie, just texted Eddie. ... And then I looked it up and at the school computer and read about it there. Then I texted my friend Nick Saber, Nick Saber, former junior heavyweight for IWF Championship Wrestling in New Jersey. But we got some comments here. Tony writes, Caleb with a K, dorky gimmick guy, read the Impact hater. Impact is better than Raw, at least. Yeah, sure. No, I don't hate Impact. It's just GCW is a better show. You know, I'm enjoying my GCW time in between bad matches, garbage matches. But Impact, Impact has good matches. It's just everything that's behind the scenes, everything that's out of the ring it's difficult. It's difficult. No one's comfortable.
I see that. I see what you're saying. For sure.
So want to get started with Rampage?
Let's do a little Rampage.
Rampage. We're going to do a review of Rampage. Yesterday's Rampage. We got, you could hit that next slide. Thank you so much, Tam, for going to this. You're doing great. Tam's doing a great job.
Work.
I think everyone could attest to it.
Work.
Let's get to that first picture again. We got Jungle Boy versus Bobby Fish. Jungle Boy versus Bobby Fish. And we get a real fast-paced, hard-hitting match that ended with Fish tapping in the snare trap.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on this match?
I think, to go back to what we were talking about on Wednesday, this is Jungle Boy's journey to become a man. He had to beat Bobby Fish, who's like a man's man. And if you notice specifically, what I noticed from the match is when he put him in the snare trap, he pummeled the shit out of him before he put him in the snare trap and basically made him pass out. So that's tough. That's tough Jungle Boy. That's him being tough, you know? And then he kind of like the post-match stuff was like, okay. I like the hug between Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, but like that, I thought there was going to be more of a payoff to that, but instead he just got chased away and then Bobby Fish got crushed. So
I like that they're not paying us off too much with that yet. Because I'm very excited for the slow build of like Undisputed Era versus.
They can't do anything now. So
I was just thinking, and I wrote this down. We're going to talk about Starks a little bit later in the show, but I thought like the Jungle Boy versus Starks, like Team Taz versus Lucha Express. I think that'd be great, and have what
is Jurassic Express?
What did I say? Jungle.
You said Lucha Express.
Oh, sure. But have Team Taz have it be Ricky, Hobbs, and Hook versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, sure.
I
think Hook should absolutely crush Marco Stunt.
Or instead of Hook, have it be Taz versus Marco Stunt. I would love it.
A couple of things. I was thinking last night, it's been a while since Team Taz was in a feud. And I miss Team Taz being in a feud because I miss Taz cutting promos. I love Taz cutting promos. And also, I guess Brian Cage is like officially dead. I think he's gone. I think he's pretty much just out the door.
Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
He's marching on Washington as we speak. But yeah, I just thought that would be an interesting feud. They're doing something else with Team Taz right now, but I just thought that would be a good place to go to kind of elevate Starks a little bit. Poor Starks.
That's exactly. He probably is the most underutilized talent in the entire company who's not a woman. He is the most underutilized talent, I think. Like, he's on commentary, but who cares? I don't care. I want to see him wrestle. Let's go.
At least he's getting something. But yeah, it's a shame. So Cole and Fish attack JB. Christian, Lucha make the save. Moving on. Well, I don't have a picture for this, so you don't have to hit the next picture, Tam. Brian and Danielson and Rusev have a quick promo. They cut out all his wife talk. They cut out all the wife talk.
That's fine.
Yeah, it just we're excited for that match today.
Yeah,
right?
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Very exciting. So that next picture, Tam, we got the Super Elite get confronted by Hangman Adam Page. So Hangman goes up. He's just like, I don't want to talk to the Young Bucks alone, not with you here. And then Cole's just like, you could say anything you want to them in front of me. And then they're like, no, it's cool. It's cool. Don't worry. So they walk away, and he's just like, I'm sorry. He goes up to him, he's like, I'm sorry. And the crowd boos. The crowd boos because he says he's sorry. And he's just like, I messed with you guys. You guys were baby faces at the time, and I was being real. I was drinking, not feeling good, you know? And he didn't say this. I'm summarizing.
Yeah, sure.
Paraphrasing.
Sure.
And so he's like, but then you cost me the title. So now we're even. So if you come out this Saturday at Full Gear, I'm going to give you one of these.
Well, you love it.
And I loved that promo. I actually really loved it. What are your thoughts on that?
It made my mind race with the possible outcomes of this match and all the different things that are going to happen. By the way, did you take pictures of your TV? Is that what these are?
No, these are
No. I'm talking about the images that we're using.
Yeah, I took pictures directly from my TV.
I love it. I love you. I just love you so much. That's so great.
I think I forgot to call out to go. I mislabeled.
Yeah.
Could you go to the next slide, Tam?
Yeah, we can still talk a little bit more about this for sure. I mean,
yeah.
I think if you, I don't know. I think so many different things can possibly happen. I feel like there might even be a chance, call me crazy, crackpot theory, that the Bucks are going to come out to help Kenny, and Kenny's going to be like, come on, get in the ring. And the Bucks don't do it because Hangman apologized to them. And it goes all the way back to when Hangman came up to the Bucks before his match against Jericho at All Out. And he was like, hey, you know, all those big matches that Kenny had in Japan for the title, you always came out to the ring with him. You always seconded him. Could you guys do that for me? And they were like, no. It all goes back to that. And it comes back. Ooh, who knows?
I like that, but I don't want that to harm my undisputed versus elite, super elite.
Yeah.
And that would harm it. That would be too distracting from that.
That is true.
So maybe something down the line, but we have some comments here. Tony writes, Tam is all elite. You're damn right, Tam is all elite. Excellent comment, Tony. We're in agreement. Chica Marks writes, such a tough jungle boy. Will soon be a man. Jungle man. We talked about it, be a jungle man. Tony writes, Brian Cage became the XPW champ last week against Willie Mack in some XPW reunion show. Okay.
Yeah, wait, right. Real quick. I read about the results of that and I watched some like clips. Whatever.
Yeah, I love Willie Mack though.
Yeah,
I do love Willie Mack. Willie Mack's too.
Yeah.
Tony says, I see Hangman losing sadly and having a feud with Matt Jackson. Don't you dare say that, Tony.
Coming in hot.
Don't you dare give that. Don't even put that in the universe. No. That's a bad thing. Oh, that gives me the shivers. Chica Marks writes, if the Bucks did that, it would be nuts. And that, yes, it would be nuts, Chica Marks, but we have to preserve the super elite just until Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong get over here. That's what we need. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Moving on.
You can still do it. You could still do it. It can still happen.
Next slide there, Tam. We get Jade Cargill versus Santana Garrett. And Red Velvet is in the crowd. Why is she in the crowd?
Because they're going to fight. Because they're going to fight. They always do that. That's their gimmick. That's what they always do.
I just hate that.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I like it when like Tony Nese is doing it because they won't allow him backstage. But like,
yeah, but it's like
but if you work there, why not just walk out and sit at the announcer's desk, or why not walk out, bring a chair with you, and just sit ringside?
see, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I don't like. They do that in the WWE. Like Randy Orton will come and sit in a desk chair ringside and watch the match. I don't like that.
Chair.
No, it's always like an
sit in a gamer
like
chair.
Yeah, he's sitting in a gamer chair.
They bring out a Papa San chair.
I like them sitting in the crowd. It's a nice experience. Yeah, I mean, this was here. This was a segment. I mean, Santana Garrett got whooped, and
she got whooped. And Jade
looks great.
Jade Cargill looks great, and but I do not like her finish being the Glam Slam.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. Why though?
Because I don't think it's an impressive looking move. Like it looks impressive the start of it, but the finish of it, the impact, always looks bad.
She should do the F5.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah, do
or
it.
Or the Dominator. Remember Farouk's move?
Sure. No, I remember Farouk's move. I remember. I really loved Dawson Kham's move, the Implant Buster. That's she'd lift him up like it was basically a double underhook face buster.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Really good. Movie, but afterwards we get Red Velvet comes in and attacks Jade Cargill, throws the 1 year anniversary of Jade Cargill cake right in Smart Mark's face, and then they have a brawl. This was actually a good showing of Red Velvet. Red Velvet has more fire here than she's ever had, ever. But then she first fired up. She was
absolutely.
You're going to say that she's been fired up more so at other times? You think in her match with Shaq, she really showed a babyface fire that blew everyone away?
Yeah, that's fair. I think this is really good because I had mentioned like I want to see fresh matchups, blah blah blah, all those stupid things that I said a couple of weeks ago. But this made me excited for their match.
100%
excited for it.
Chica Marks writes, I wanted the cake to get Jade. Now that would have escalated the feuds. That honestly. That should have been that cake should have been meant for Jade. And honestly, for someone called Red Velvet, she should have more. She should constantly be throwing cakes in people's faces.
She should, like Jake the Snake had a snake. She should just have a cake that she brings to the ring with her.
She should be coming out with cake batter. Really sell us in the gimmick.
After she beats her opponent, she like puts the cake batter all over them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She sticks the spoon in their mouth. And like,
oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good. It's so 80s. And some of that stuff works.
Yeah, she's coming from my mama's kitchen. So,
well, you know who she's engaged to? Gerald Briscoe's son, Wes Briscoe.
Velvet?
Yeah, so she should be picking his brain for some old school wrestling tactics.
Well, pick Jerry's brain, not Wes's.
No, Jerry's brain. They have family dinners, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, get Jerry Briscoe in here. Yeah, I've been saying this for a while. Get Jerry Briscoe in the company. Don't have him on TV. I'm not saying get him on TV, but just have him be the guy that like gets things in order backstage. Oh, I'm sorry. You're all there's 7 people wearing pink tights today. Can one of you change? Like that, like little things. The dogs are running amok. And Chica Mark says, "Ooh, cake gimmick would be the best." She's already a cake gimmick. And Tony writes, "I'd like to see Jade versus Statlander." Yes.
Yeah, it's about time. When's that going to happen?
That was a good point. Next photo, please. I actually one more after this. I forgot to cue you, Tam. I have to get used to this. You have to get used to all this action. Tony says, "Briscoe, really, Red? I don't want him on TV. He just can get stuff done. People listen to him.
He's busy doing his podcast with JBL. Your two favorite people doing a podcast together.
Shut up. They're not my favorite people. I just got honestly, I'd rather JBL and AEW.
No.
Just as a mouth, honestly, if it were him in the Dan Lambert spot, that would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty. Doing a great job. Dan Lambert's doing fine, but JBL AEW audience would eat that shit up. JBL being you flippy little shits flying all over the place. They would love it. It'd eat it up. That's the next best thing to Jim Cornette being there. Is JBL and have JBL get beaten up. Get beaten up by someone. Have him get trapped. But you don't agree with this.
I don't disagree. I was thinking, do you remember his 2005, his one night stand, ECW one night stand promo?
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was talking about heat. That guy had some heat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good. And he would have a lot of heat with the crowd. And the picture that's up, it's the full gear. The next up, we get CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston promo. We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about that, right?
Man, my tweet of the week is in reference to this match a little bit.
Yeah.
And also, there's so many different video packages that they've done specifically for this match, and they're all fantastic.
Yeah.
They're just all great.
And I really just appreciated Punk's take here. I think Punk is really, like, again, Eddie's bringing out the best in Punk.
Yes. And I just remembered, I found out an interesting piece of information that I'd like to share right now about this match specifically. This is real. This actually, so apparently in 2003, 2004, in IWA Mid-South in Kentucky, Eddie Kingston, new wrestler, Rook, fresh. He was wrestling with his tag team partner, whose name I can't remember right now, against two guys, one of them being Delirious, who's like a independent wrestler who's been around forever. He's also the booker of Ring of Honor now. Dogs are barking. And Eddie Kingston, they had this tag team match, and Eddie Kingston hurt Delirious in the match. And when they came, this dog's just distracting me. When they came through the curtain after the match, CM Punk got in Eddie Kingston's face, called him a fat, lazy bum. That actually happened. So this is this is based on real life.
Video footage.
I wonder. I don't think there's video footage of the confrontation in the back, but I'm sure there's video footage of the person getting hurt.
So that's very interesting. That's really that's good backstory, and that you could only get here on Loser Leaves Wrestling, the weekly Wrestle.
The weekly Wrestle.
I want to get a logo for that. That's like a news header. Like the very fancy Herald font.
Absolutely.
Chica Mark says dogs love Ring of Honor.
Dogs do love Ring of Honor. That's true.
Yeah, right. Moving on, we've got a next picture, Tim. We got Dante Martin versus Arya Davari in a fine match.
Yeah. It was a showcase. It was really more of a showcase for Dante. They're both hometown guys.
Dante, what's great about Dante? He takes great, safe bumps.
You talking about that face plant on the
turnbuckle? Yeah,
Ooh,
because he's so lanky, he's able to catch himself always before making too big of an impact. But he's just he's very, very precise, and it's great. What were your thoughts? I'm sorry.
Yeah, good match. No, good match.
And I wrote down Davari. Davari is good, but he's not his brother.
Do you love Sean Davari?
I love Sean Davari. I think Sean Davari is a great character, great wrestler. He looks like $1 million. He's always been ridiculously ripped, and him with a bald head and that beard. And when he was in Impact, that was a period of time I was watching there. He was the best part of Impact for a while.
Abdul Bashir, I believe, was his name in Impact. I could be wrong. Did you ever see? There's a documentary about. It's about male grooming essentially, and the pressure that we put on ourselves as a society to stay finely groomed, something like that. Bear with me, hang with me here.
Poor men.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's what it's actually about.
Society is expecting.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a part with Sean Davari because he talks about being a wrestler and he's a naturally very hairy person, and there's actually a scene where Colt Cabana is shaving Sean Davari's back, and they're talking about it.
That's cute. That's adorable. I'd imagine that he's also very hairy, Colt.
Yeah, he's a pretty hairy guy.
I'd imagine he's pretty hairy.
Yeah.
Moving on, next slide, please. Right after that match, Team Taz approaches Dante with a contract because Leo Rush isn't there. His grandmother died.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
His grandmother died, so he wasn't there. So there's no one watching young Dante Martin. So Team Taz slipped in the ring. We get Hook and Hobbs coming in the ring. Hobbs just slaps a contract against his chest, which is honestly not a great way to introduce yourself and introduce what's going on. And then Hook stands there eating peanuts and then offers him some of the peanuts. And he offers it for so long that Hobbs is just we gotta go and tugs on his arm. And I got the moment. If you'll see it in the replay.
I see it. I see it here.
Hobbs trying to pull his shirt. He's literally standing there forever, asking him to have some, and he doesn't take. Tony writes, Team Roy with the scoop. Good info, Roy. That's and tell your friends. That's only something you get on the Wrestle the weekly Wrestle, not the Wrestle Weekly. That's a different thing. The weekly Wrestle. Make sure to tell them that. And then we get Pablo C. Hey, what's up from Ireland?
Ireland. Woo! Hell yeah.
Love Ireland. We're big fans of Ireland.
Pablo C. You watching Full Gear tonight? What's the deal? You watching on Fight TV?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if it's Pablo C. It's Pabloc. And I read it as Pablo C. Different. I'm going to call you, and then at the end it's 1788. I'm going to call you 1788.
1788. That sounds good.
That's good. Yes. What's up from Ireland? Everything's good here. What's up in Ireland?
What's going on over there?
We're pen pals now. Next photo, please. It's Brit and tyconte promo. Mm-hmm. And I liked it just because they made a Ty look like a threat, and they talked about it being a threat.
Yeah,
they kind of dove into the whole her belts and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Did you watch the show that they do after Rampage? I always forget what it's called. They do like right before the pay-per-view. They do like the road to
the countdown to full
countdown. Yeah. The Britt Baker tyconte promo is really weird because Britt talks a lot about tyconte's butt, and she's like, all you've done since you've come here is show your butt. Well, I'm winning titles. I don't love that. But tyconte does a lot of good like talking in that segment. She's like, you may talk about my butt, but I'm going to break your face. It's like, great. I want to hear it.
I want to hear that. I'm talking about people's butts. I love it. 1788 writes, oh yeah, I ordered it in reference to Full Gear. €21.99, and I'm assuming that's currency. Then writes, all good, just watching UFC Fight Night, waiting for Full Gear, chilling, dang straight. I want to start watching UFC more often. I like it. I love
the first 10. I want to watch the old stuff where there were no rules.
Dirty dog. And then Tony says some nice pics of Tay in that segment.
Yeah, that's
all right,
true.
Tony,
but it's distracting.
Okay. All right. But like, what?
I think it's just, I don't want to, like, I get it. Like, cool. But like, I want to see her kick the shit out of people. Like,
yeah. Go to her Instagram for those pics.
Yeah. They're all over.
They're all over.
Not on
not on mine. Moving on over. Next slide there, Tam. And we got the last match of the night. We have Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy in a lumberjack match. Actually, that's a good point. But yeah, lumberjack match, and it was not very fun. Orange Cassidy comes out with his best friend's crew, and they're all dressed like lumberjacks, which I actually like. Sure. I honestly. Yeah. But then Matt Hardy comes out. They start off the match, and Matt Hardy immediately says $20,000 to whoever knocks Orange Cassidy out. And they're all like, huh? And then they just beat up the other lumberjacks. Like you didn't hear what he said. He said, knock Orange Cassidy out. And none of them did it. So that would seem like the easiest money to make. And everyone misunderstood the assignment. You know that Nicki Minaj song, like, I understood the assignment. Mm-hmm. I understood the assignment. It's all over TikTok. They did not understand the assignment. They did not. And Matt Hardy won. What are your thoughts on this?
I hated it. This is what leads to the original conversation we were having. I asked Red last night to pick his 3 least favorite stipulation matches. This is on my list. This is like number 1 or number 2. I hate lumberjack matches. I think they're stupid. It eliminates a lot of what you can do. It's never really done correctly, like based on what the rules are. It's just, ugh. And I'm tired of Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's tired of Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy. And because Matt Hardy won, now they're tied. They've each won 1 match against one another. Now they're going to have to fight again. I just want this to be over. Yeah. Orange Cassidy needs to feud with Ricky Starks.
Yeah. That would be great. Actually, that's a great feud. Let's all give a Hong Kong for that. A great idea, Roy, and you only heard it here on the Weekly Wrestle. Chico Marks writes, I like how in the promo, Orange admitted he was tired of these matches as well. Very good. That's very fun. Then she writes, "Yeah, Red, that was dumb. They didn't understand the assignment." I'm constantly peeking. Am I screaming sometimes?
No, you sound great. You sound great.
Okay, good. But at the end, Blade comes in, hits him with brass knucks, and then Matt Hardy goes for an elbow drop and just completely misses.
Well, that was intentional. Because he was trying to make this sound as if he just did a move, which doesn't also make any sense because it's a lumberjack match and people were already interfering. So why do you care about the referee? Why does it matter?
Yeah, that doesn't matter in AEW, but also why not just hit the move?
That's also true. Maybe you're right. Maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe he was just supposed to.
It seemed like an accident. It looked bad. It looked bad, but I like that. That was a very Bruce Pritchard way of spinning it, and I appreciate that.
That's what I'm trying. That's
what
I'm trying to do.
That's what we like to call Roy on the show, the Bruce Pritchard of LLW. Let's get that going. Roy Pritchard.
I hate everything you just said.
But that's the end of Rampage. That's the end of Rampage, and we're all better for having it end. You wanted to talk now. That's the end of those slides, Tam. We have one more picture, but we'll do that in a bit.
We'll do that later.
But you gave me an assignment. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, because I hate the lumberjack match, and I started thinking about my least favorite gimmick matches. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to discuss what our top three least favorite gimmick matches are. Red, you have the floor.
Okay, first thing, just real quick, 1788 says, "Is this you guys' first show? What state are you in America? Out of curiosity." This is not our first show.
No,
we've been doing the show for a while now.
But this is our first episode of the Weekly Wrestle.
Oh yeah, that's true. This is the first episode of the Weekly Wrestle. You're very right. But we've been doing the show for a while, but never with this cool, crisp video and audio presentation. What state are we in? We're in different states. I'm in California. Roy?
Texas. I'm in Texas, but we're both from New Jersey.
We're both from New Jersey. And then
feel free to come check us out on Wednesdays as well.
1788 says, "I'm appreciating the aesthetic."
Happy to hear it.
Happy to hear it. Give another hoo-hoo for Tam. All right. So you wanted me to go off with my three least favorite. So honestly, I forgot about the lumberjack match when writing this down because that would have been in there. Because the lumberjack match, I've always liked the idea of it, but I've never liked like you said, the execution. Like they should all be beating up everyone. There should be no allegiances. Anyone that's out, it should be like a viper pit. It should be a snake pit. You go outside and you're going to get hit. No matter who you are, who your friends are, that's the rules. And I think they should all do that. Like there should be some incentive. Oh, you're in the lumberjack match? You're getting paid to beat up these people. Say something like that. But my number one, not in any specific order.
Sure.
Texas death match. Traditional Texas death match of you have to get a pin count and then a 10 count.
And
I saw there's so many of these in WCW and in the NWA. Mm-hmm. And thank God it's dead. For now.
For now.
I hope they don't bring it back. That's just a bad concept.
Yeah, it's too much.
And actually, I'll loop that into any last man standing match.
Awesome. That was my third. I thought it was going to be controversial. That the last man standing.
I'll loop that into. I like the idea of it, ish. No, I don't like the idea of it. Throw them outside the ring, and then get the 10 count. I don't want it inside the ring. I don't want doing that. It's long. They're long matches. What's one of yours? Want to go back and forth, or should I just list them?
We can go back. It's up to you. What did you?
I like going back and forth.
Yeah. This goes back to Judy Bagwell on a forklift. Anything on a pole, I hate because it doesn't end the match. You get the pole. It's like, oh, there's a coal miner's glove on a pole. I got the glove. Now I can hit you with it, but I still have to get a pinfall. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid.
Sure.
And it's overdone too. Vince Russo killed it. He killed that gimmick in WCW. It's dead.
I guess I wouldn't. It's always been done poorly, but I don't mind the idea of something like that. It's never been done well. It's just that's fair.
Like a lumberjack match too. There's one lumberjack match in the history of my time watching wrestling that was good, and it was Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit versus Barry Windham and Kurt Hennig. Not a good actual match, but all of the lumberjacks around the ring had leather straps, and no matter who got thrown out of the ring, they all got whipped and pushed back into the ring, and everybody got beat up. Everybody equally got beat up, and that's how you got to do it. But nobody ever does it. And then they use lumberjacks as zombies, and it's like people dressed in Halloween costumes, and like it's all like people dressed as lumberjacks, which is fine. But it's limiting to the wrestlers. It's limiting to what you can do with the match. Similar to the pole match. There's like not a lot you can do there. There's never been a good on a pole match.
Unless it's a coal miner's glove on a pole. No. Then I'm into it.
Well, how did you feel about the flag match?
Hate it.
It's the same thing. It's dumb.
I hate it. I never liked playing grab the flag when I was a kid. I don't even like it now. Next one. This might get you. I quit match.
Oh.
I could never see one again and I'd be happy. We have submissions in wrestling. We have submissions in a regular match. You could say I quit in any match. But if you just have a submission match. A submission match is great.
Yeah.
An I quit match where you have to say I quit. You're saying that when you tap. Yeah. You are saying that when you tap. You are saying that when you tap.
I agree completely.
It's a bad match. Yeah. Hated it in the video games too. Hated it in the video games. Yeah. And by the way, I didn't write specific matches. I made a rule for myself that if it's someone's specific gimmick match, like I don't like casket matches, but I wouldn't write that here because only Undertaker's ever been in them. And I wanted to write Inferno match, but only Kane's ever been in them.
Yeah, you read my mind there. I was going to put a Punjabi prison match, but that doesn't count either. There's been 2 of those ever. Sure. Just like the Kennel from Hell, the dog one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's 2 of those, right?
Or no, it's just one. It's only one of those.
Okay. Excellent. What's your next?
And all those other WCW matches too that were terrible, but like the electrified cage and the guy gets put in the electric chair or all of that stuff. I think that I had House of Horrors. We agreed on my 3 were on a pole, lumberjack, and last man standing. I am starting to dislike the ladder match a little bit too.
Oh, interesting.
A little bit. I'm tired of it's become so choreographed that it's like not fun. Like Apollonia, my partner, has watched ladder matches with me, and they hate ladder matches because it's a lot of like, if you don't know wrestling and I'm trying to show you wrestling, why do you want to watch someone slowly stand there and not do anything and kind of look around and wait for other people? So
it's not good to show new people.
Yeah,
not good to show new people.
When it's done well, it's fantastic. The classic ladder matches still hold up, but like 8-man, like Money in the Bank, all that stuff is dead to me. I'm over it. I'm just over it, in my opinion.
That's a little harsh. But it's fair. My third and final one. Actually, I have one that's all encompassing, but I'll tell you that in a sec. Third and final one: the Casino Battle Royale. Long.
There's been 2 of those.
It's bad. It's an inherently bad format, because I write the Battle Royale in general because I never really liked the Battle Royale, but I see its purpose. I see its purpose.
Royal Rumble. You're into Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, I think all of them should be Royal Rumbles. Battle Royales are dumb, but the Casino Battle Royale is taking a bad idea and making it worse by having it's a very predictable match. The last person in wins it. It's always a new person. It's always a surprise. They're always winning it. And it also just doesn't make there's no, like, their suits. It's convoluted. It's a convoluted concept. And it's just to keep the casino thing in there. I don't know. You like it?
I don't love it. I think it definitely needs improvement, but I will say that the winner hasn't always been the surprise.
Mm-hmm. It's always been.
It has not been.
Yeah.
What? What? You're wrong. What?
It's never been a surprise.
No, I'm saying like the last suit at the end. Like the surprise entrant. It hasn't always been.
The Joker.
Yeah.
It's always been the Joker.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. The
MJF and then Ruby Soho.
MJF. What? What are you talking about?
Right. Who's on the first one?
The one that happened this year, the men's Casino Battle Royale. Leo Rush was the Joker, but Jungle Boy threw Leo Rush over, and Jungle Boy won.
Wait, fine, but still, it's a bad match.
I'm just saying here.
It's a bad match, and I also put an honorable mention to every TNA gimmick match. I'm looking at you, Ultimate X. I'm looking at you.
Whoa, Ultimate X is good. King of the Mountain's bad. King of the Mountain's bad. The reverse battle royal that they would do, where everyone would fight each other on Monsters Ball, is just like a hardcore match.
Yeah, it's just all dumb.
And Full Metal Mayhem is just a table sliders and chairs match.
And then the Deal or No Deal, whatever it's called.
Oh, that Feast or Fire or Feast or Famine.
Really bad. They're all really bad. I'll put them all into a big section and just say, bye. Jeff Jarrett does not know how to create gimmick.
Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. Do you ever see that one? Clockwork Orange House of Fun.
I remember it. I remember the name.
Raven
I remember
just had it was like 4 poles, and there was like a big chain that went around the ring, and they would just hang weapons from the chains.
Garbage.
And that was it. The Hard 10 tournament, also really bad. But we got to move on.
We got to move on. And that's it. That's all of mine. And do you have any other matches?
No. That's, I mean, we can talk about this.
What a great segment we had. If you have ideas for other segments, you should let us know. And hit the like button. Hit the like and subscribe. Did you put the subscribe there, or did
I don't know. I hope
someone put a subscribe there.
I sure did.
I like it. You should hit that if you haven't hit it already. But the video, definitely. I want to see all your likes. But what's next up on the docket?
We're gonna do the Full Gear predictions now. We're gonna fly
Full Gear predictions. Full Gear. We're gonna fly through these Full Gear predictions.
But before we do the predictions, I have a little wager for you, Red.
Okay.
I would like to walk through these predictions. We each make our predictions. This is a wager. We each make our predictions, and at the end of the night, we'll tally up who was right, and whoever got the most matches correct, or whoever lost. Let's say whoever lost this wager has to then wear a T-shirt on Wednesday that says the name of, you already hate it. Like if I lost, I would wear a shirt on Wednesday. I would make and wear a shirt that says Team Red. And if you lost, you would make and wear a shirt that says
I'll make a Team Roy. Okay, I'll make a Team Roy. We have to keep track of this then. Okay,
I have it here. I have my notebook. I'm keeping track.
Okay, team predictions. Let's go. What's the first match?
So the very first match is the pre-show match, which I'm going to include, which is Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa. Who takes it?
I'm good. I'm saying Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa.
I am too. We can have the same. We don't have to immediately.
Yeah, no, but if we deviate, then that's the thing. Okay.
Yeah. Rosa.
So we're on the same page there.
And Shida. Yeah, we're on the same page there. Okay, and then the first match on the main card, this might not be the order in which we're going to see the matches, but the first match on the main card is Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo.
Pac and Cody Rhodes.
Interesting. I'm going Andrade El Idolo and Aleister Black.
Interesting.
Who do you think takes the pin?
In
that match?
Andrade.
Okay. I think
Andrade takes the pin.
I think Pac.
You think Cody's
Pac's
taking the pin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
I'm saying if you're right, Cody's taking the pin.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Do you think it's a clean finish, or do you think there's some funny business?
That's hard to say. That's too hard with this fucking flubber goat. There's gonna be missed. There's gonna be missed. There's gonna be I don't know. I have no say on that one.
Okay. Next we have the 6-man tag false count anywhere. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express versus Adam Cole, the Super Click, and the Young Bucks.
I'm saying Super Click.
Whoa. I'm
Super
saying
Elite.
Jungle Boy gets the pin. I'm saying Jurassic Express wins and Jungle Boy gets the pin.
I think they're going to get help from Bobby Fish.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm liking these picks. I think you're saying that Jungle Express is going to win.
Yeah, I am. Okay. I sure am.
Tony says Black wins on Cody with the debut of Brody King.
Woo! That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. I'd be into that.
That's actually not a bad idea. I forgot about Brody King, and now we really regret
that prediction. Can't go back.
Can't go back. Can't go back. I moved.
But also, Brody King could debut. Miscommunication. He hits Andrade. Andrade takes the pin. That could still happen.
That would be a terrible way to debut someone.
Well,
what a shithole way of debuting someone.
Maybe it starts an Andrade Aleister Black feud. Who knows?
Maybe.
Darby Allin versus MJF is our next matchup.
Darby Allin versus MJF. Oh, this is a hard one. This is a really hard one, but I think
that's why this card is so fun, because so many of these could go back and forth.
I think Darby is going to get the win here.
I agree with you. I agree.
I think Darby, MJF can take the loss. Darby needs to keep moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now we got a Minneapolis street fight, the Inner Circle versus the Men of the Year and American Top Team.
Out comes 911 and choke slams everyone. And then
where's S when you need him?
Where's S? I'm gonna say that it's gonna be America's Top Team.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Oh wait, no, scratch that. I can't say that. It's gonna be Inner Circle. It's 100% gonna be Inner Circle because they just powerbombed Jericho through a table. Inner Circle is winning this. Unfortunately,
I agree. I think Dan Lambert's going to bleed everywhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dan Lambert's in the match. Yeah. So 100%.
And I also think that
didn't count.
His gear is going to be so funny. He's going to have like a Jim Cornette full bodysuit on or something. It's going to be great.
I was hoping he was going to have the Michael Cole singlet.
Yeah. I
want that.
All right, this next one's really tough. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston.
CM Punk.
All right, I'm going Eddie Kingston.
You're saying Eddie?
I'm saying Eddie Kingston. I think it's a long shot.
I don't think CM Punk's first loss is going to be to Eddie.
I think he's going to lose to Eddie and he's going to go heel. That's what I think is going to happen. It's a long shot. It's a long shot, but
okay.
I think it could happen. This is why, like, we're taking some risks here, and it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, this is shit. I don't want to wear a Team Roy shirt. I've got to ruin one of my existing shirts to make a Team Roy shirt.
I'm about to ruin one of my shirts.
Yeah, but you got a lot of shirts. I only have the old ones. You've seen my shirts. You've seen them for years. Tony writes, Lambert is gonna bleed buckets.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna see him bleed buckets.
All right, and then the next match is the Lucha Brothers versus FTR.
This is a hard one.
It's a hard one too.
But honestly, I'm saying FTR.
Me too. I'm also saying FTR. My feeling is, so just the AEW titles are on the line. So I think they win this, and then they're already scheduled to wrestle again for AAA, for the AAA tag team titles. So my theory is FTR wins these titles, and then Lucha Brothers beats them for the AAA tag team titles.
Chica Marks has an interesting thought. A draw.
Ooh, that's would be also
actually
very
really good. That's a really good. I'm going FTR still, but I think a draw would actually be awesome for this.
Yeah.
If you're talking about that, what was the last match we talked about?
Lucha Brothers versus FTR, or CM Punk Eddie Kingston, which could also be like a double knockout or something, like a double KO.
That'd be interesting too. Both of them could be cool draws. Excellent.
All right. Next we have Britt Baker versus Ty Conti.
Britt.
Yeah, I'm going DMD as well. That one's not too exciting. I wish it was more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the World Championship Eliminator, Bryan Danielson versus Miro, another interesting one.
I don't see Miro. Oh, man. Yeah, Brian, I'm going to say Miro.
Okay, all right.
I think Hangman Page's first feud is going to be with Miro. And I think, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I'm just listening.
Yeah. And I think Hangman Page is winning Omega.
Yeah. I also think Hangman's winning too. And that's the last match.
Wow. So what winner has to wear a Team Red or Roy shirt?
Yeah. The loser has to wear the other person's team shirt.
Okay.
So let me see here. So let me do that. Hold on 1 second here. Let me do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're going to get a calculator gimmick going.
There's only 4 matches that we disagree on.
Oh, and we're going to be split down the middle, and then we're going to both have to wear Team Red and Roy shirts. That'd be very fun. But
let me just make sure of this real quick. Yeah, and they're interesting ones that we disagree on too. They're really interesting.
Let us know your thoughts in here. Who you think are going to win on these, and also make sure to comment on the show afterwards. We want your comments. We want your delicious comments. And I noticed that there's been plenty of people watching, but only 2 people have liked. You can all press like. You all have that capability. We're all people here. Any other things to cover, Royster?
The last thing we had was the tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week, and this is what a wonderful way to send us off. What are your what to set up this tweet of the week?
Yeah, so I don't know how many people are familiar with Lulu Pencil, but Lulu Pencil is part of the Killer Queens, which is a group in Japan. and they are together in AEW, and they've only wrestled. I don't think they've wrestled on television yet. They've just been on YouTube. But Lulu Pencil is also known for her. She does like Twitter and like Instagram interviews with different wrestlers, and they're very fun. And everybody's really excited to do it. I saw Punk's, I saw Brian's. They were both a lot of fun. And then, so this one is in Japanese, but there is the translation underneath it. I'm going to pull it up to read the translation. So she was interviewing Eddie Kingston, and the video isn't there, but she transcribed some of the questions. And she wrote, in response to her interview with Eddie Kingston, she wrote, "Being a professional wrestler is all about taking on the pain. Eddie is, in that sense, a professional wrestler more than anyone else. That is why I always cry for his kindness. AEW is from 10 a.m. on the 14th of Japan time." Wow. That's fine. But
that's actually really good.
That statement is very beautiful and sums up Eddie Kingston very statement. Well. And it also sums up. Yeah.
Let me just read that one more time. A professional wrestler more than professional wrestler is about taking on pain. Ooh, love that. Yeah. Love that line. But yeah,
I love that. Yeah. What a great tweet.
And I do love the Killer Queens as well. We got a few more comments here. Tony says, if Miro wins, Hangman wins, but I see Brian win and Kenny win too. That's an interesting thought.
I see Hangman winning, Daniel winning, and then Kenny costing Danielson the match against Hangman. So that's why I'm thinking Danielson, Hangman. And that reignites the Kenny Omega Danielson feud.
Interesting. Maybe. I would just hate to see his first feud be a cheap win.
Sure.
But 1788 writes, Lana debuts and screws up the match for Brian. Miro goes over.
Could be. That could be too.
I like that. I don't mind that. But also, I wouldn't mind her screwing over Miro. Because there's been a lot of talk of just like, she won't say hello to me.
My wife.
Marks, in response to the tweet, says, wow. I think we could all say wow today. What a great the weekly Wrestle has been. Please don't confuse it with the Wrestle Weekly. This is the weekly Wrestle. It's like a newspaper gazette. Tell all your friends. And I'm looking at you, 1788. Let your friends in Ireland know. Tell them all.
Come hang out.
Check us all out. Check us out on all the things Loser Leaves Wrestling. Send us some mail to loserleavespod@gmail.com. Do you have any other thoughts, Royster, before we sign off?
No, Full Gear's tonight. Really excited about it. We'll be back on Wednesday to talk about Full Gear, to talk about Dynamite. Check out our Twitter. Last night at like 2 a.m. while I was in bed, I was tweeting about 1999 WCW and a lot of the talented wrestlers who are still there. So check that out. And check out some WCW, why don't you? Come talk to me. Send us an email about WCW. I'll talk to you about how good it should have been and how it ended up being terrible.
And also, 1788 writes, I reckon the Cody match could be the sleeper of the show. And actually, I agree, because those are 4 great wrestlers that know how to put together an exciting match. That's a great point, 1788. Thank you so much. Yeah, nice show, guys. Good job. Bless you, 1788. And please hit the like button and subscribe. But thank you all so much. Blessings. Have a great day. And thank Tam for everything. Everyone thank Tam. Bye.
Bye. See you guys.
And you could hit that end button whenever you'd like, Tam.
Or that.
Ole. 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 Ole.